Once I have my sketch created and I've got all my ideas from listening to or reading the brief over and over, I'm really ready to sit down at the computer and create my database. I'm going to create two tables, the client's table and the consultant's table. And since the consultant's table is on the one side, I always make that one first and I always put the data in that one first. So here we go. I've got a new blank database to create. Um, I didn't name it properly, so I'm just going to do a save as, and I'm going to name it consultant database. I'll save it on my desktop so I don't have to wonder where it is. And I'm going to create a table. I like to go straight to table design view, and I know I'm creating the consultant table, so the first field in it is going to be the consultant ID. And this is going to be a number field, and I've decided this is my primary key, of course. So I've decided on number because I'm just going to have 6 consultants, so it's easy to just put those in myself. If I were going to have hundreds of consultants, I would make this an auto number field so that those numbers were added for me. Well, I know I need their first name, and that's text, so I'm just tabbing until I get over. Last name, their phone, the date hired, status, because in the brief I am going to pretend that they're either an associate or a partner. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I have set this as the primary key field. I've got all my fields in here. The date hired, I forgot to set that as a date time field. Let me just have a quick peek. Okay, and the phone field, I'm going to make sure I put an input mask on that so that it acts and looks like a phone number. This is my consultant table. I could make it consultants plural. Phone numbers right there. Finish. Okay. So I'm going to save the table, go straight to design or datasheet view, and yep, that looks good. I am ready to close that and create my next table, which of course is going to be the client's table. So I'm going to go to table design, and this is client ID. The client ID is going to also be number, and it's going to look kind of a lot like the consultant database, but you know, I actually realized that I have to keep track of a client's social security number, and you know what? That social security number is a naturally occurring primary key. And since I have to keep track of it anyway, it makes a good primary key field. So let me set that. I had to set it as a short text field because social security numbers have hyphens, and so it's just easiest to set it as a short text field since it might have a hyphen in it. Let's see, they're also going to have a first name, last name, birth date. You can do date of birth or birth date. And this is a date time field. Gender. Sometimes people still need to know that for government reporting. Here's my account type field since I know they keep track of that. And there's an assets field. I think I'll make that a currency field. And then since I refer to my sketch, and let me just pull that up again, I can see that clients is on the many side of this relationship. That means I need to put a field in so I can ensure that there's a way to connect these two tables. So I'm going to put in consultant ID, and I made that primary key in the consultant table number data type, so I've got to make this one a number data type. Okay, let's save this table, and it's clients. And I'm going to close this table too. Well, I don't have any data in, but that's perfect. It's time for me to set up the relationships. I'm going to add both these tables, and I'm going to just Oops, I added clients twice by mistake. Let's get it. There we go. Okay, so let's expand that. I'm going to drag from consultant ID to consultant ID. I'll enforce referential integrity, and I always like to tick cascade update, but I do not cascade the delete. Create. There's my one-to-many sign. If I move this table over here, it looks just like the sketch I created. I'm very happy with that. I'll give that a little bit of a save, and I'll close that too.